Flimsy lunch tray here with you today, back in the Akatsuki for a random match in the map Trident in Standard Battle. So we can see here that we are mid-tier. So we have some tier 6s and some tier 8s, and this is going to be it's going to be a very fun battle. It's not going to be quite like the video I shared earlier this week with Akatsuki, with doing reasonably well despite doing little damage, where this one's going to come into where survivability is going to be important, but then also choosing your windows of opportunity well, and also monitoring your points and knowing when to fall back. And you can just simply win on points versus just throwing it and dying. So in the course of this battle, we are going to be in the lead 3 times point-wise, and the mini team is also going to be in the lead 3 times point-wise. With the last one is where we finally take over lead. Spoiler alert, in winning the battle. But there are several interesting things that are going to happen in this match. So don't just clock out just even though I said that we're going to win, because like I said, this battle goes back and forth multiple times, you know, where the enemy team might be ahead by 200, 250 points, and then we lead by that much, and then we lose the lead again, so on and so forth. So yes, the Akatsuki's torpedoes are 10 kilometers in distance. But I go ahead and just dump a bunch of torpedoes, thinking maybe that there's going to be a destroyer that might come around that corner. We've seen what the Akatsuki is. The Farragut is on the enemy team, but we still haven't caught a glimpse of that 3rd destroyer. So yes, so now the Akatsuki upgraded hull-wise. She's got 5.8 kilometer range on her AA guns, and I think it's a 2.7 detectability range. So we're going to pop the AA there. I'm going to kind of help my Helena have a helping hand in dealing with, let's see, who was it? Yeah, so we are bottom tier when it comes to destroyers here. That's when the Benson pops up. So I'm going to fall back, working on making sure to keep my turrets facing in the right direction. The Miyoko is really not faring well, so I would like if we could take him out here and get rid of him. And he's about to go out of my gun range. And so knowing that, I decided to stop firing. And with the, what did I say, Benson? The Ognivoy. I don't know what I was talking about. The Ognivoy dropping back, I go ahead and spread my torpedoes out. Maybe we'll catch him if he decides to loop back around this way. So the enemy takes the first kill, getting our first blood in, devastating strike, and we tip it back in our favor slightly, and taking out the Akatsuki. So I'm calling out the Miyoko, just really hoping we can finish him off. He's literally on death's door, but our Indianapolis and Helena are falling back fully. As you can see on the map, it looks like the Farragut is going to make a run on the Massachusetts, so we'll have to see how that one turns out here. So just being mindful, trying to see what's happening here. I'm hoping maybe this Dallas runs into one of my torpedoes. And see what's happening here with the Farragut in the Massachusetts. Yeah, the Farragut just wiped out the Massachusetts. So that's not fantastic. So I decide I'm gonna fall back here. So our flank is not in good position now. There's 4 of us here, but they have 2 destroyers. Dallas and Miyoko on low health. It looks like the Kansas and North Carolina are even pushing this way. I have no idea what the Nelson's doing. It looks like he just left spawn or something. So we've avoided all those shots there. And it looks like he's turning, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and pop off another shot. I'm gonna keep falling back. Set of fire. So get a relatively good hit here. Get one more before he goes behind the island. Lexington's back for more. So since I'm detected, I go ahead and pop my AA on. And I want to get rid of this Farragut. His torpedoes should still be on cooldown. reloading, and I want to take him out before he poses a threat to our Helena or Florida.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Yeah, so the Helena is going to finish him off there. So for us right now, it's just important to regroup. And we did all of that so far with just taking little damage. Oh, and then there's the torpedoes. So I did push up further because now, actually, come to think of it, Farragut has the cooldown is not as long on the Farragut tier 6 torpedoes versus once you climb up higher in line to the higher tiered US destroyers. Now I'm playing it a little, what's the word for it? Well, we'll see here in a minute. But I'm hoping to get this Massachusetts. And just to note here, the Massachusetts, the bearded one, he is going to have a fantastic game. He's going to end this game with like 7 achievements, so he did a really good job. Now, I was getting really close to being detected here by the Massachusetts, so I went ahead and popped my smoke, and also the Lexington was coming with his rocket planes, so I want to stay put until hopefully those rocket planes are taken up by the Florida and the Helena. So, yeah. So I debated about pushing out of the smoke screen because sometimes you can overstay your welcome inside of a smoke screen, as it's shorter when you have a secondary battleship pushing. But it looks like he's actually going to turn right and ditch behind this island. So then we're going to hang on to our torpedoes, and I'm going to hope that I catch him on the other side of the island with torpedoes. And here comes the Lexington back with his planes, so we're going to get detected by planes here, which is not great, as I wanted to be able to have a little bit of element of surprise here, but he waited a little too late for him to drop torpedoes on me. So we're going to kind of put ourselves in a bad position here with the Massachusetts and his secondaries. So he's going to probably just keep turning, and I don't actually now expect to get any torpedoes landed on him because that was rather ruined and being detected a little early. So I'm going to repair, get the engine boost going, and now I want to get outside that 6.4 kilometer range, do some evasive maneuvers here, try to mitigate the damage taken here by Massachusetts. So we dodged that nicely, and yeah. So I probably, in reality, could have actually gone for the Kansas there. Might have been a better bet. And now, keep in mind, I'm seeing this all happening. It looks like they're kind of falling back for the time being. We have our Oland, which is trying to contest the enemy cap, which is going to help put us in a points advantage lead. But I have no idea why he's necessarily doing that, because he doesn't have smoke. So the carrier is just going to be focusing on him. Now, if you also notice, I'm just trying to see here that the enemy team, they're still falling back, but we got North Carolina on the 1 line, who just took out Indianapolis, and he is posing a threat to our flank. So I'm actually going to work my way that way, and I have no idea what this Ognivoy is. I haven't seen him in a bit. So I'm trying to see if I can get a bit push up a little closer here, hoping maybe that Dallas and Massachusetts will kind of turn back around and maybe they'll eat those torpedoes. But even though they hold the numbers advantage on this flank, they're falling back to take care of the Oland, who's taking their cap. So that's going to take some pressure off of our flank for the time being, until the Oland meets his ill-doomed fate. So for now, I want to try to keep any survivors on this flank alive while I go up and moving on to North Carolina, because the Helena is going to be outclassified in North Carolina's main battery, so he's just in a really bad position right now and just needs to back off and get out of here. So we have about 20 seconds on the torpedo reload cooldown, and I'm paying attention to what he's doing here. Now, this North Carolina player is in a division with the Massachusetts. So we're gonna have fun with this North Carolina here, and the Massachusetts takes out the Amagi due to fire. So yeah, it's not looking too well for us right now, and our Owen gets taken care of. Whew. So Well, let's see what happens here. So I noticed that the North Carolina, before he went undetected, he was turning in. And so I think he's not going to come around this side of the island. He's going to come around on this side of the island. And so, because of that, I'm going to embrace the assassin, the samurai of Japanese destroyer ships with between their stealth and relatively good torpedoes. So I want to sit here and just surprise the North Carolina. I don't want to hug the island too tight. I do want to know where he's at before he comes around the island, as I'm sure that we're going to be assured detectability range. And I want to kind of angle away a little bit and moving up here and be ready for him. Yeah, so here he is, and I'm trying to actually get that up. And once that pops smoke, the smoke's not going to detect me. He's slowing down, and he's full health, but look, I was at 53,700 HP. So he didn't have the full upgraded hull, hull B, on the North Carolina. So we did pretty good there. We eliminated that threat on our flank. Helps ensure our Helena's survival. So I don't have to worry about losing him or that the threat to our cap. So right now I'm just playing defense. I want to keep our cap safe and the enemy around. So I'm typing in chat to, hey guys, just play safe, focus on defense. If I could tell the, oh boy, my pronunciation of ships, the Budenoy down by the Enterprise. I want both of them to fall back, and it looks like the Enterprise is turning his ship around and heading back north. So right now, it's nice that the Enterprise hasn't focused on us too much, so I've been kind of left to my devices here on this flank, where the Enterprise takes out the Dallas with flooding. But I want to find out where this Ognivoy has gone. And I'm also keeping in mind where the Kansas is going. As you can see, the Massachusetts on enemy team, the Bittered one, just got Confederate and high caliber. So he had a great game. He really did. So it makes this win of the game somewhat bitter, even though he played so well. But it's the name of the game. So the Kansas is heading south, so I don't fancy my chances of just dumping torpedoes in his direction. So we're gonna hang on to them, and we lose our Helena. I try to keep him alive as long as I possibly could. And I remind my chat again, or team again in chat, to play safe. And we lose the Farragut. And so the Bird one's going to get his close quarters export in Kraken Unleashed. So, oh boy. I have no idea what this Ognivoy is. I'm assuming he's going to... the only player that stands between the enemy team and our cap is me. So I'm going to hang around in this area, and the Farragut does get a flesh wound and takes out the Massachusetts with torpedoes, so that's going to be a lifesaver for us. Now I still have no idea what our Budenoy, how do you pronounce that, whatever he's doing down south. He needs to bug out. He should have bugged out with the Enterprise. Our Enterprise is doing well. He is falling back, and compliments to you, sir, in the Gabe the Despo. And that's when the Enterprise spots the Ognivoy. So we're going to line up a shot here, take advantage of the first shot being from concealments, and we're going to just focus on trying to take him out here now.
I need help.
And so I'm asking for supports. I feel like I can take this Ognivoy out, but I would appreciate any backup that I can get from the Enterprise.
The ship is on fire.
So we're going to utilize, as we talked about in this other video on the Akatsuki, the two rear turrets. So as you can see in the Ognivoy, he only has 2 turrets to fire on me. But we're kind of taking advantage of just focusing on both the rear turrets. And we just take a fire and engine knockout, so I need to smoke up now. I just need to wait, and hopefully the Enterprise is going to send some planes to spot the Ognivoy. Now I'm going to keep going away at a line, and then I'm going to move out of the smoke because I'm sure the Ognivoy is just dumping torpedoes into the smoke screen. That's what I would do if I was him. Yeah, so there's Ognivoy. And we're going to make sure to keep the
Problem
smoke
solved,
between him
sir.
and me. And we're going to focus on getting him out of the game. So we take out his engine. And looks like his repair party is also on cooldown. And oh, he is healing. And Enterprise is going to take him out. Yeah, and so there's the torpedoes. So, woo! A little uncomfortably close. I should have gotten some more distance, but I want to make sure to keep that smoke screen between me and the Ognivoy. So I kind of forgot about the torpedoes once I started firing on him. So now it is 3-2. So now we have the Kansas. Looks like he's going to be pushing in, so I'm going to dump torpedoes because they only take just over a minute to reload. So, but then he decides to turn away. And the Massachusetts is kind of salt now. What a waste of achievements. And again, he did a really great job, so shout out to you, the bearded one. And so now, I'm surprised there actually are oh my gosh, I don't know how to pronounce that ship. The one to the south. I don't know how she's lived that long on that flank. I would have thought the Kansas would have focused on taking him out by now. But we're gonna just push up behind this island. Kansas is just in our main battery gun range, so actually gonna take a shot there, and we didn't get detected, which is good. I don't want the carrier to know where I'm at. It looks like he's focused on our other friend to the south, and yeah, he goes down. So I'm just trying to focus on trying to see if I can't set a fire on a Kansas. Looks like the Lexington just set a fire on him. Or sorry, our Enterprise. Yep, and there's a fire. So it looks like that's going to be a perma fire. So let my team know, or the Enterprise player know that I got fire on Kansas. And I think the Lexington's moving up with his planes, so I'm going to fall back. And so the bittered one is trying to give his team some advice, but the our Enterprise player is doing well. He's falled back. Planes inbound. 2.8. Ooh, 2.7. That close. That's why it's good to have your AA shut off when you need to. And appreciating the fighter planes that the Enterprise player dropped off for me. So again, thanks so much. And we're just going to fall back. There's no need for us. We have the points advantage. There's no need for us to push in. The Kansas is almost dead. I'm going to leave the Enterprise to his devices and trying to finish off the Kansas player. And you can see that the Lexington player, I really don't know what he's doing. Let's see, has he actually killed anyone? Okay, he has actually killed 2 people. But he's just flying around, so I don't know if he's just trying to find me or if he's trying to find the Enterprise, but
Good game, everyone.
yeah. So with me living, that gives us a larger points advantage lead, so that's good. And yeah, so this is a really good battle. Kind of shows you the importance of surviving as a destroyer, especially later on in the game. You know, we were able to defend the base from the Ognivoy who was pushing in, and just make sure that we kept the base safe. So we just focused on that rather than playing aggressively. So I did wonder maybe should I turn back. You know, Lexington's going to go for the cap, but there's only a minute left. So there's no point for me to go back. I'm just going to try to see if I can't stick closer to the Enterprise for some AA coverage. And again, I don't know what the Lexington player is doing. He's just flying around, having a good time. So I'm sure the bearded one is pulling his hair out even more right now. So now this is just a matter of running the clock out. So that's when you can see the Lexington gets spotted by our CV player, the Enterprise, and yeah, there's nothing they can do at this point. So that's going to be a win. So still gonna keep tight to the Enterprise, just for that AA coverage. Because I'd actually like to live at the end of this game. Helps the stats of games, chances of surviving a battle. So yeah, so here we go, and we're gonna head to post battle results now. So yeah, so it was a really good game. As you can see, we ended with actually getting almost 12,000 experience and just over 8,000 free XP with the devastating strike, almost 86,000 damage, and some more target hits this time around with the main batteries versus last earlier week's video with the Akatsuki. 6 torpedo hits, 2 capacitations, destroyed 6 set on fires, so that's actually quite nice. Caused flooding. So you can see here that the Enterprise player, he got top place as he rightfully deserved. Almost had a Kraken Unleashed there, so hats off to you, sir. Did played very well. I'm getting second with 1,781 base XP. And then the Massachusetts, he had, look at this, Devastating Strike, Confederate, 2 close quarters, Kraken Unleashed, First Blood, High Caliber, and the team still lost. Don't you hate when that happens to you? You play so good, but then your team still lose despite an extraordinary helping hand. So you can see damage out here. Just sent that North Carolina player to the next realm, and then just focusing on defense, and walk away with 311,000 credits with premium account and also some modifiers applied. Yeah, so that was a really good battle, and wrapping up this video. And I really enjoyed the Akatsuki. Just feel like I have a good handle of her, so watch see how I do with the Kagero, as there'll be some videos on her here soon. So, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you want to see more, and thanks so much if you have already subscribed. And we will catch you next time. So, take care.